Man, just when I thought I was going to be coming into the self-publishing news for this week with just a little bit of news, then all of a sudden it starts coming raining down, especially from the folks over at Kindle Direct Publishing. Oh, everything from the KDP Select Global Fund to an increase in prices to, gosh, the community tab. And that's not even just the only news for this week. For instance, did you know TickTock is getting into the publishing business? Oh, we're going to talk about all that in the self-publishing news for May the 15th, 2023. Before we do jump into the first item of the news, I think it's important that I bring to your attention a giveaway that I'm currently running with the fine folks over at Miblart. That's M-I-B-L-A-R-T. If you're not familiar with it, they do premium cover design. And right now they're offering a ebook and print cover design package. For one lucky winner, you can enter for a chance to win the ebook and print book cover design package worth $150 when you visit dalelinks.com/giveaway. And if you happen to be showing up to this and this is the first time you've seen it or you saw the previous giveaway, this is a new one, okay? This is the second one. So you're going to want to go back and enter this one as well. That's dalelinks.com/giveaway. And you can enter daily, by the way. So you can actually have numerous entries that you can stack on there and hopefully increase your odds of winning. I do know that the two winners that actually won this past giveaway for Miblart and Get Covers did multiple entries. So don't just do it once. Try to get in there daily if you can and slip it in there so you can get an edge on the competition. All right, let's go ahead over into the first item inside the news, and this is regarding book piracy, things to do if your book has been pirated. This actually is put together by Good E-Reader, a piece written by Sovan Mandal. Sovan actually has done quite a few good pieces over on the Good E-Reader. But let me go ahead and summarize this, and as per usual, there's going to be links inside the show notes, and you can actually take some time to go and read this piece. But the very first thing is you're going to want to get in touch with the site owner if you're seeing your book is being pirated. Get in touch with the hosting company. Get in touch with the registrar. File a DMCA takedown notice. That's one I definitely know. Ask Google for content removal. Did not know that one. And lastly, something that is kind of reinforcing the fact that, look, pirates are going to be around. They're not going anywhere. And there are oftentimes, I think, a lot of self-published authors get themselves hamstrung because they're too afraid to publish your book for fear that someone's going to steal it. Guess what? It's going to happen. It's an inevitability. And in fact, if you become a famous author, guess what? People are going to steal your stuff. But knowing how to combat that when it does come up is the important thing. One thing I would recommend, and I feel like they should have mentioned this inside the piece, is be careful because there are some sites that appear to be pirated sites and they're actually phishing sites. What they'll do is they'll find all your information for your book. They'll post it over on their website, and the whole deal is they're going to wait for you to sign up for an account so that way they can go ahead and sell your information to other third parties, or worse yet, they're going to get you to download some type of malware or Trojan virus of some sort. So just be on the lookout for pirated books of yours, but be very careful when you're approaching that moving forward. So next item comes up from the fine folks over at Fictionary. Now, if you're not familiar with Fictionary, it's essentially a structural editing software, and it's all pretty much done through this program that was developed by Christina Stanley. And actually I have Christina Stanley as a guest here on the podcast, I believe this Friday. I think it's this Friday. I'm pretty sure on the podcast. But they actually have a course and series that's going to be running out here. It's called 5 Weeks to Outline a Novel. Outlining is hard, and we're going to make it easier. We've created a process to make outlining fun and efficient. This is no ordinary outlining process. It's new, it's creative, and it will spark your imagination. We're going to take you through a non-linear process using the Fictionary story arc and story elements. You'll build your outline in your Fictionary account and set yourself up to write a structurally sound novel. Now, in order to actually get involved with this particular one, you just got to join the Fictionary community. What I would say is go to fictionary.co. I don't have an affiliate link. You just go over and visit it. And they actually give a 2-week trial. And you can always just pop into their community. The very first class is going to be on Tuesday, May 16th, 2023, from 12 to 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern Daytime. It's going to be 1 hour of instruction, and they're going to be meeting up every Tuesday for 4 weeks thereafter. So go check it out for sure, fictionary.co. Join their community. They'll actually give you a link to that when you join. And there. All right, let's move forward here. This actually comes from the fine folks over at Book Award Pro. Love me some Book Award Pro. I've gushed about them for so long, but this is a great piece. It's actually about story marketing versus book marketing. What's the difference? Let me give you a summarized piece, and obviously go over, check out this whole article because it's very fascinating, because you actually start to understand the biggest difference between story marketing and book marketing. Book marketing's buy my book. Here's my book, you buy my book. Story marketing is an indirect way of selling your book. So for instance, one of the indirect ways that I can do, so story marketing, for instance, is I've got 5 book awards that I've actually done on Amazon Keywords for Books. So I could find any one of those specific awards, take a picture of it, share it, be like, I became a winner of the such and such award for Amazon Keywords for Books. Check it out over here. I'm not sitting here in book marketing. I'm actually sharing some information about this, and indirectly, hopefully I get some sales. And a lot of people, let's face it, don't like being sold. They like to buy things on their own terms. So if you can kind of meet them halfway and they go, he got nominated for an award? Oh, he won an award. Fantastic. Let me go check it out. Go read that piece. Lots of great information for sure. Moving further forward, this one actually comes from the aggregate publishing platform called Publish Drive. I've actually been playing a lot with Publish Drive because I've actually been publishing my books wide utilizing Publish Drive. I'm hoping to share that in a future video on the main channel. But all that to say is, if you haven't tried out Publish Drive functions a little bit differently. Just as a heads up, if you want to publish wide and you're utilizing Publish Drive, easy for me to say, it sounded like I was getting ready to yodel. If you're utilizing Publish Drive, they don't take a percentage of your revenue like other platforms like Drafted Digital, Smashwords, or StreetLib. Publish Drive lets you keep all of the net profits that come in from the various avenues, but you do have to pay a monthly subscription fee. I don't know, I can't remember what the pricing was right off the top of my head, because you can go visit publishdrive.com to find out more details. But all that to say this, that they actually did a whole overhaul in their dashboard, and I was blown away. I actually had logged in for the first time about a few weeks ago, but then I logged in a couple days ago and saw that they had reorganized some stuff. They had a full tour of everything that they have available there. But all that to say this, Publish Drive, I feel like, is definitely a viable option for everybody to look into. They do publish ebooks, print books, and audiobooks all in one place. So that's another really good selling point. And if you already have an established following, then why not try Publish Drive for sure? Because doing the monthly subscription will probably end up getting it and paying for itself. Moving further forward, this one actually comes from Reedsy. Reedsy's always putting out some great workshops, and this one is no exception. Joe Solari. I actually stumbled on Joe's channel, and I'm sorry, the name of his channel is slipping my mind, but if you look up Joe Solari over on YouTube, you'll be able to see his channel. Very good videos. Really enjoy it. But on this particular workshop, it's going to be how to tune up your marketing with the Author Marketing Audit. Joe is going to show you how to perfect your author marketing efforts to reach new readers. And this is going to be on May the 17th from 3 to 4 p.m. Eastern Daytime. It's 100% free. Reedsy's not going to try to upsell you on anything crazy or anything crazy like that. Double crazy, if you will. I really do like Reedsy. That's spelled R-E-E-D-S-Y. Go check out their website, full of great information. Let's move further forward here. Now, this information comes from Jane Friedman's The Hot Sheet. I think it's important anytime that I find a source, I'd like to give credit to them. And Jane, thank you so much for putting out such an amazing newsletter. You can check out her newsletter at hotsheetpub.com. That's hotsheetpub.com. And subscription, I think, is like $80 for a year or something like that. You can get it cheaper if you're an Ally member. But I wanted to cite the source. The very first thing is going to be TickTock. Everybody's familiar with TickTock, all right? This is the viral video platform, and BookTok's been really taking off. And I think TickTock realized it because guess what they did? They actually trademarked a publishing imprint by the name of Eighth Note Press. And now this trademark being put in here really is something, because they're talking about downloadable fiction ebooks on a variety of topics, downloadable computer application software for mobile phones, yada. So it looks like TickTock's trying to get into the game, but they have actually come out to say that it's not directly tied to TickTock. I'm kind of confused, but whatever. Brian Cohen, actually a former guest of this channel, and he's also a book description writing expert as well as an expert in Amazon ads, actually has done a series of short videos covering this right here. Brian, love the guy. He's always just a bundle of enthusiasm. Love his podcast, the self-publishing shows. Mark Dawson, come on, Dale, get with the program. Sell More Book Show is the name of his podcast. Definitely go check it out. And they give a little bit more details about TickTock putting together their own publishing company. So again, the name of it's Eighth Note Press. It's kind of interesting, especially coming from the fact that TickTock used to be Musical.ly, used to be a music platform. So they're kind of leaning into that old Eighth Note Press. So it's kind of marrying that book talk with the old Musical.ly type stuff. All right, next item up in the news actually is coming from KDP. All right, so sit back, buckle up, because I've got quite a few items from KDP, and one of them includes the KDP Select Global Fund. Okay, so at the very top of this page, it actually says the March fund was $46.1 million. It was also the April fund. April fund is $46.1 million. It has kind of slowed down. I thought for sure we'd probably hit the 50 million mark, but it might not hit 50 million for a month until probably closer to Q4 here of 2023. It's my speculation. But just as I was getting ready to come and do the news segment here for the podcast, my wife actually had mentioned something fairly interesting. She got in her email inbox, and it's that they're increasing the prices here in the US for Kindle Unlimited for readers. So it used to be $9.99. It will now be $11.99 starting May 11th, which that actually has already come. The new price will apply to you after June 18th. So yeah, if you want to get in on those deals, keep in mind they do have some limited time deals. You can lock in that $9.99 rate if you buy 6 months to 12 months at a time. All that to say this, that I'm wondering if they're seeing that pool dip down and maybe some authors drop out. So they're trying to entice more people in by, increasing the price for membership. I'm not sure. I've always thought it was dirt cheap at $9.99. I've used and abused Kindle Unlimited a number of times. I don't use it anymore because I've been focused mainly on just getting library books these days. But all that to say this, we can kind of think about this global select pool kind of not dipping down, but it's kind of stagnating. Maybe they're just trying to goose that a little bit and see if we can get a little bit more earnings towards that direction. Who knows? And of course, inflation is inevitable. It really is. And I'll talk more about inflation being inevitable in just a second here, because I want to mention the Kindle Storyteller Award is the contest is getting started up. It is a literary prize recognizing outstanding writing. It's open to writers publishing in English in any genre who publish their work through Kindle Direct Publishing. Readers play a significant role in selecting the winner, helped by a panel of judges, including various book industry experts. This award is available between May the 1st and August the 31st. And you actually, I believe the requirements are is you actually have to have published within a given time period. In that given time period, you have to have it available in ebook and paperback. You need to have that ebook enrolled in KDP Select, and you also need to put one of your 7 keyword slots as Storyteller UK 2023. The prize is £20,000, and I believe that there are also additional smaller increments that they give to people. But this is a great opportunity. If you happen to be publishing your book right now, take advantage of the Kindle Storyteller contest, because you can end up with over 20 grand in prizes. So let's move a little further forward. This one actually is very interesting because I've said some nice, not so nice remarks about KDP's community tab feature, and for good reason. I've gone in there a number of times and I've just found it very unwelcoming. There are a lot of snarky people, and there's a lot of know-it-alls that treat people like trash, like, oh, you should know better than these type of things. I don't think it's a very conducive community, but the nice thing actually is I spoke to the KDP team, and they are actively working to put out some of those fires and try to get it to where there's people that are being a lot more nice on there. But with that being said, they didn't even mention they were going to be doing a facelift, and they did a facelift over here. So if you get a chance to go over into your KDP dashboard, click on the community feature, and you actually see the community tab feature has been cleaned up. It looks a lot better. You can go into the featured topics and click on those ones, so that way you're not getting lost. I think that was one of the issues. Sometimes people were going into some topics that were completely unrelated to their question. They'd ask the question and someone would attack them. That was another reason why I just always like, ugh, come on, get over yourselves. You're not better than me. So community tab, I'm really glad to see this. And they've assured me, they said, Dale, we are going to be working to make this community tab feature so much better, so much more inclusive, something that's going to be something that people can come to and feel welcome. And that to me is very, very reassuring, because I had to state to them straight up, I'm like, your community is just garbage. It really is. I'm sure there's a lot of great people on there, and there are some exceptions to the rule, but by and far, there are some people on there that are just spoiling the absolute fun out of being on a community tab. So you know who you are if you're on those community tabs, posting snarky remarks and being short with people that don't know any better. And by the way, let's go over another item. I told you we weren't done here, because there's going to be print cost changes. Go figure, right as soon as I publish a video about publishing paperback books through KDP, they're going to increase their rates. On June 20th, 2023, we're making changes to printing costs to better align with today's cost of materials and labor. As a result, the minimum list price for your print books, both paperback and hardcover, will change. While not required, you may want to update your list prices for your print books to maintain your current royalties after the new printing costs go into effect. If you make any updates to an existing print book after June 20th, it will need to comply with the new minimum list price. Please find frequently asked questions and the new printing costs below. I'll leave a link inside the show notes for sure about this one. But I really, really, really recommend, first of all, take a deep breath, all right? This is not some conspiracy theory or anything else like that. I think KDP finally had to increase their prices. I can't recall off the top of my head in recent memory of them increasing prices whatsoever. Heck, even through 2020, when all the other platforms, the Drafted Digitals, the Ingram Sparks, the Publish Drives, all had to increase the cost, the base cost of their printing, KDP didn't move anywhere. And I was always just kind of like, what's going on here? Are they just treating this as a loss leader? I think they finally realized, okay, we need to address this. We need to adjust for inflation. So they actually, if you go into your dashboard, you'll see a reminder at the very top about all this information. And they actually say like, hey, there is an automated feature that you can click on. And what it'll do is it will increase all of your costs so your profits are all the same as what you had them before this price increase. So whatever the price increase is, it'll kick that retail value up. I'm a little bit reluctant because I do set my prices at a specific price point. So $14.99 say versus $15.99, because I've seen better sales at $14.99 for my fitness books versus $15.99. But I think probably as a quick blanketed kind of response, I might just go ahead and get them all done and then just go back one at a time and fix them. But once you do ask for that change, they say take a few weeks before you go in and change your prices, because they're going to go back in and flip it. So just fair warning, you can either manually do it or you can have them do it for you. Either way is okay. Let's move a little further forward here. Actually, this news comes from the folks over at Publisher Rocket. Come on, Dale, get with the program. Sometimes I'm awake and other times I'm not, I guess. So over at Publisher Rocket, they actually have a recent update here for Publisher Rocket. Anybody that owns that. When I launched Publisher Rocket back in the day, Amazon was pretty generous with keyword data, and we had a lot to work with to help authors find the keywords they need to gain visibility for their books. But lately, Amazon has been throttling this data, and until recently, it seemed like you'd be lucky to find more than a small handful of keywords for a given term in Rocket, but all that has changed. We've been tinkering away behind the scenes, and we've made some serious adjustments under the hood. The result, you can now find a lot more keywords than before. We're talking about a significant increase, which can make a substantial difference to your book's visibility. Coming up with more. If you do not have my preferred software for keyword and category and market research, get Publisher Rocket at my affiliate link at dalelinks.com/rocket. There's a 30-day money back guarantee. For some reason you're not happy with it, you can always just go ahead and return it. All right, moving a little further forward here, we have some news coming from the folks over at eBook Fairs. And actually, I got this direct from the founder of eBook Fairs. If you're not familiar with eBook Fairs just yet, it is a book marketing platform in which you can run virtual book fairs with other authors, kind of like a group promo, if you will. And Kenny, the owner, has been putting in a lot of time and a lot of extra value into this. And considering the price is about $10 per month, it's not bad considering all the things that you have included. They give you 2 months free when you purchase a year in advance. You view all fairs in a genre, all that type of stuff, but you get also other things like a permanent listing in our book directory. Submit one book per fair, first come, first serve. Create your own fairs. Download giveaway emails for fairs featuring your book. Integrations with MailChimp, Email Octopus, MailerLite, and for email lists. And now they've got a new one, a book blurb generator. Now this is for paid folks only. So if you happen to try to go and click on a link to go find that out, unfortunately it's only behind the paywall that you can be able to get that. But there is a video if you want to see how that book blurb generator works, and it does leverage AI to create this based on your genre, your title, your author name, and of course a brief summary. But you can go ahead and take a look at that. There's a link inside the description for that as well. And of course, you can always join ebook fairs when you visit my affiliate link at dalelinks.com/ebookfairs. And as we start to wrap up today's segment, I want, of course, give a very quick reminder here again. Enter the Midblart giveaway to get for a chance to win an ebook and print book cover design package. I got to make sure I say that right, because if I say you enter to, you have to enter for a chance to win the Midblart ebook and print book cover design package. We will be drawing a winner 2 weeks after the next Midblart video. So there is actually an expiration date on June the 1st. It may move back, it may move forward. I don't know just yet, but go enter dalelinks.com/giveaway. What did you think about some of those items up in the news? Was there any particular item that I had missed, or was there something that you found most insightful? Join me over on Discord to give me your thoughts at dalelinks.com/discord. Till later, this has been Self-Publishing with Dale, and I'll catch you in next week's news. Hey, thanks so much for tuning in. Special shout out to my channel members for both the podcast channel and the main channel. Without your support, some projects we do at Self-Publishing with Dale would be much harder to fund. If you want to contribute to the cause, visit dalelinks.com/memberships for details and get your on-screen shout out at the end of each broadcast. Till later, this has been Self-Publishing with Dale, and I'll see you soon.